James, a young priest, was serving in a small town. His church had been dilapidated for years, and his congregations had dwindled. Pastor James continued to pray and pray to overcome these difficult times, but there was growing despair among the townspeople. One night, as he sat in the prayer room, a terrible idea came to him. Father James thought to himself, "Could I make a deal with the devil and save my church and my town?" This idea led him into deep thought, and finally he gathered courage. He went through his old books and tried to find out how to communicate with the devil. Over the course of several weeks, through secret rituals and ancient prayers, he finally managed to communicate with the demonic entity. One dark night, they agreed to meet at the appointed time and place in the old cemetery outside the town. As Father James walked in the darkness, he was filled with fear and guilt. When he reached the cemetery, he encountered a being with demonized eyes. The demon's eyes were like fire, and his smile was chilling. "What do you want, young priest?" the devil asked. "I want you to save my church and my town." Pastor James replied without averting his eyes. The devil laughed. "Of course, but there will be a price. Here is my offer to you: to go to heaven forever and to obtain the salvation of the church and the town. You must surrender your soul to me." Reverend James was reluctant to accept the offer, but was forced to do so in order to save the town. Once the deal was done, the town began to revitalize. The church was repaired, the congregation grew again, and all seemed well. However, the spirit of Reverend James no longer belonged to him. Day after day, strange events began to happen in the town. People were suddenly disappearing. Children were having terrible dreams, and the town felt like it was under a curse. Father James was paying the price for his deal with the devil. As the terror in the town grew, the priest James began to seek victims for the devil's impending need. But there was no escape now, for he had become the devil's slave. The townspeople became suspicious of the priest's dark ways, but no one knew the full truth. Eventually, Father James' secret was revealed, and the townspeople learned of his pact with the devil. Out of revenge, the townspeople captured the priest by a group of angry villagers and took him back to that dark cemetery. There he was left in the clutches of the devil and lost in eternal darkness. The town returned to normal after a while, but the events were never forgotten. Reverend James' story became a horror tale told to the children of the town, and every night there were still rumors of terrible things happening in the town, and people remembered the curse of the devil's covenant.